Mike Ivey is a fabulous client, and he and his coworkers are very brave individuals. These people work for Freightliner Corporation, which is a Daimler Chrysler subsidiary, of course, one of the big three, heavily involved with the UAW.
We had talked with people at the other facilities. They were not very happy that the union was there. Nothing happened to improve the plant. And we just decided we wanted to keep our facility non-union.
Their employer, Freightliner, signed one of these neutrality agreements, and basically the agreement was not only will we give the UAW access to these employees, not only will we give the home addresses and so on, but the UAW basically accepted limitations on wages for people that they didn't even yet represent in order to get into these Freightliner facilities.
In America, how can something like this happen? How can somebody force something on you that you don't want? We knew we needed legal representation. We knew that they had had experience at this type of situation before, and we knew we needed some help. So we contacted them, and that was all it took.
So we educated him to what his rights are. We worked up an action plan, which in his case was collecting counter signature petitions saying we don't want the UAW. In fact, their petition said we don't want the UAW, and we recognize the destructive and self-serving influences that the UAW brings to any facility.
When the UAW brass ran into resistance, the intimidation escalated. Union officials soon began using the personal information that was released by Daimler Chrysler from company files.
There was cases when the UAW actually gained access to employees' houses, and before they could get rid of them, the employees had to threaten police action before they would leave. Somebody from the UAW called my house. They left a message. They didn't talk to me directly, but they left a message, and they told me that if I didn't back off at Freightliner, things were going to get ugly.
People like Mike Ivey that are just great, upstanding Americans, if they weren't willing to stand up and do what they did, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
I started this endeavor after I found out about the National Right to Work Foundation, because I could have never done something like this had I not had them and had the support and the legal expertise that they have.
We ended up filing a series of unfair labor practice charges, and the net result of Mike's case, which just ended recently, was that the UAW and Freightliner agreed to rescind their neutrality agreement and not put that into effect in any of its factories in North and South Carolina, and the wage increases, in fact, went into effect. So we got rid of the neutrality agreement in those shops, and the employees got their wages after all.